Peace.
Welcome to Caching in the Northwest. This is the podcast from the birthplace of geocaching right here in the great Pacific Northwest. Now, it's Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific, and they call me Chris of the Northwest. One of these days, I'm going to figure out why. And tonight, we're going to talk about geocaches and geocachers from here and all around the globe. So while you're wondering, whatever happened to those castaways on that island, we'll be caching in the Northwest.
Those poor people. Yes, indeed. We're talking all kinds of. We got a full house tonight, folks. Just take a look around if you're watching the podcast. You know it. And listeners, we want to know what you have to say about all the stuff we're going to talk about. But first, it's time to bring in our beach bum baboon. Some say he's currently under investigation for too many cache finds in one day. And others say he is naked and afraid of the truth. All we know is he's called Land Monkey.
Well, I can guarantee I have a shirt on.
And a hat.
And a hat. That's right. It's not really naked, is it? I mean, honestly. Hey,
Wear a smile.
Hey, thanks, Jim. Good to be here. Thursday night. We've said already, we got a full house. Excited to hear what everybody has to say here about some cool stuff going on this year. But before we get to any of that, it is time for a quick reminder of just how much we appreciate the support of our patrons who help to keep this podcast coming each and every week. And hey, our corporate Denali level sponsors, I have some cool, hot off the presses news. The mushrooms are coming. The mushrooms are coming. That's right. Cool, funky mushroom trackable tags will be on the Landsharks site starting tomorrow. So you want to check it out. It's landsharkz.ca. Check it out. See if you want to get yourself a whole set of 4 or just pick the one that works best for you. But come on, you know you want the whole set of 4. All right, so check that out. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Brian. Badger mushroom. Of our corporate Denali level sponsors, we also have Cachely, the premier geocaching app for iOS. Version 8.1 with Cachely Pro features those offline maps of the entire world. So wherever you're going, even if it's to a tropical island for a big event, well, hey, Cachely's got your maps and you can use them offline. If you want to find out more, you can find Cachely in the iOS App Store or go to cachely.com. And our third, that's right, folks, they just is Welcome to Valemount. Tourism Valemount, where every season offers its own unique adventure. They're nestled in the mountains, surrounded by the towering peaks, the lush forests, and the pristine rivers. There are endless opportunities for year-round exploration. And gosh, that sounds a lot like geocaching to me. So check it out online at Valemount, Valemount. Valemount awaits you. And folks, if you want to know more about supporting this show, well, why don't you head on over and click the Patreon link on the cachingandw.com website.
Well, thank you.
I'm done. That's it.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming. That was yeoman's work you put in today.
Thanks.
Your check will be in the mail.
As it always is. Perfect.
There'll be a nice gift for you on your way out. Folks,
a copy of our home game.
Take a copy of our podcast home with you.
Ooh.
We're almost 3 months into the year, and it feels odd to say, you know what? There was a new year, new time change. I think we're beyond that now. Last week, I wasn't sure. This week, I'm almost positive of it. So the time is now 7 p.m. Pacific. The show goes live So
I was going to say, Chris, is when you hear the tone, the time is.
Yeah.
Ooh, when you hear the podcast, the time is 7 p.m. And if you want to get into tonight's chat, and guys, you are fantastic in the chat. I mean, things are already going on in there. So use the hashtag CacheFest to join into tonight's chat, because there's a lot going on here. And of course, use the hashtag FATAS to talk about something that maybe isn't CacheFest related in the after show. So with that, we're going to jump right into some news. First, we have Patty, who commented on YouTube about last week's show, how West Virginia won Geo Woodstock 20. She says, please do a part 2 for more details of the event week. And Patty, we're going to do our best to get to that. So
Yeah,
that was a fun show last week.
Always a lot more going on than just the event, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Exactly. You know, I think we have some people here who might understand what it takes to put on a large event.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think there's a lot of geocachers who go to these events and go, I would have no idea where to start. So that's kind of like what we like to do to get behind the scenes a little bit.
Kind of pop the hood and check the oil and see what makes it tick. Well, if you're not quite up to that and you just want to take some cozy rest, you can go geocaching in your jammies. It's coming up April 16th. So it's about, 6 weeks or so away? 6 or 8 weeks, somewhere in there.
Let's say that.
Yeah. Geocaching is having, get ready for geocaching in your pajamas and day. They say it's the coziest day of the year. Geocaching.com likes to ask, oh yeah, we be pajamin'. Thanks, Line Monkey. Geocaching.com asks, who says pajamas are just for bedtime? Pull out your fluffiest slippers, break out your coziest onesie, and join us for the cache outing of your dreams. You can bring your pillow and blankie if you wanted to, I suppose. Everyone is invited to log any Geocache Adventure Lab location or event on April 16th to earn the souvenir. It's your official excuse to swap your everyday clothes and stiff jeans for the softest and most fabulous sleepwear you own. Whether you're a flannel fanatic, a onesie enthusiast, or classic matching set kind of person, this is your moment to shine or snooze. So you can plan a cache outing after work with your geocaching pals, or even host an event. I saw an event pop up in this area on Pajama Day.
Ooh.
Yeah. There are plenty of opportunities for this not so sleepy day. Set your alarms, roll out of bed, and head straight outside for an adventure. Don't miss out. Mark your calendars. That's April 16th, 2025.
I didn't know Pajama Day was a thing. You know,
I didn't know pajamas were a thing. So
isn't every day Pajama Day?
I don't own any.
Wow. Okay. Wits End. That's TMI to start with, right there, right off the top of the show.
Just sleep in my jeans.
Oh, but now I'll put on my big pink bunny onesie.
Will you?
Yeah, I'll look like a pink nightmare.
As opposed to.
Let's move on. Tonight, we're talking with just about the entire crew of CacheFest 2025, the event team. Now, we're excited to hear about Hawaii's very first mega event ever. So thank you all for joining us. Can you introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about you? I'm going to go in order of what I see you on the screen. So, Dee, I'm going to start with you.
I'm Dee Vickery. I'm half of Team D&D. My husband David is the other half. He's the quieter half. We've been caching. We started in October of 2005. So we've been doing this for a long time. Host a lot of mega events. It's something that we enjoy doing. And I love the team that we work with on CacheFest. We're excited about Hawaii this year. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. Mr. Semmels, you're next.
Yes, I am Ryan Semmel from here in Manhattan, Kansas. I've been caching since 2009, and like Dee, I kind of have a bad habit of hosting mega events. I think we're in a competition to see who has more, but she had a head start. But yes, excited to get all the way to Hawaii this year, and looking forward to it.
Bounce, you're next.
All right. I'm Chad. I'm from Seattle. This is my first mega events that we've done. So we've done 4. This is our 4th one that we've done. Other than that, I just host a podcast called Gadget Talk.
And Little Miss Sunshine, we end with you.
Okay. I am Little Miss Sunshine, Stephanie. A lot of people in the Northwest also know me as Mrs. Bounce Bounce. Chad and I started caching in 2014 when he decided that he didn't like finding them and he liked making them. So I like the event side of things. So when we got connected with Team D&D and Ryan and other team members on the CacheFest crew, I was like, this is where I'm at, is all about events. So yeah, we're excited to talk to you about Hawaii.
I love it. Okay, well, that starts it right off. I'm going to open this up to anybody who wants to answer. What prompted you all to think about going to Hawaii for a CacheFest location?
Why not?
Well, yeah, but why
we
Hawaii?
We kind of had a history of picking places where there hadn't been megas before. And you'd be surprised how many people would put a little bug in your ear of, hey, have you ever thought of Alaska? Have you ever thought of Hawaii? And we were in a meeting talking about where we wanted to go after Oklahoma. And somebody said, what about Hawaii? And everybody went, oh, haha, that's funny. And a couple of us went, why not Hawaii? And so made a few phone calls, kind of tried to touch base with some folks, quickly learned that while a lot of people wanted Maui, it wasn't in a position to host that many people so close to the fires. So that put us at Honolulu, and we talked to a few hotel spaces and things like that. And Steph and I went back and forth, and then we came to the team and said, why not Hawaii? We could do this. We could bring a mega to the islands. I mean, everybody has Hawaii on their bucket list. So why not add a mega event and Hawaii? It's like a double bucket list item. So that's why Hawaii.
The southernmost mega in the U.S., I hear.
It's only the 2nd mega in the United States this year.
Yeah, because everybody's doing block parties.
Right, right.
Oh, there you go.
The block party bandwagon.
It's an elite group.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the hotels. How did the hotels and all the convention bureaus and people there respond to your idea?
The hotel that we eventually went with was fantastic to work with. I explained to her what we were doing. She had never heard of geocaching, but she was like, hey, I'm on board. So, what do you need? And we negotiated a really good rate for the time of year that we were there. And she said, I'm excited to bring a different group here. So she really worked with us on stuff. And they were excited. We're touched a little bit at base with Visit Hawaii, but mostly the hotel really has been over backwards to do what they can for us and to give us space on days when we didn't necessarily need a whole big room, but a little bit of space for package pickup and things like that. But Stephanie and Chad just actually got back from Hawaii. So they were able to touch base with people on the ground, and the report was that everybody is super excited to have us. So we're excited to go and work with those on the island and give them something that they've always wanted in their backyard. So
yeah.
What hotel is this you're working with?
It's the Doubletree by Hilton at Waikiki Beach, Alani.
Nice.
So, and they gave us a room rate with resort fee of $250 a night. And that sounds like a lot until you look for rooms in Hawaii, and then you go, "Oh, okay." So
that's not bad.
Sounds like a pretty.
They like
deal.
to hide the resort fee on.
and
hotels.
it's usually like $50, and it's included in ours. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So there's usually you ramping up to an event. There's all the kind of things you guys as the organizers need to be thinking about, and clearly I would imagine the website's up and popping with all the information. But for those who maybe haven't had a chance to get there yet to the website, what are some of the key milestone dates if people are thinking they might want to go that they need to be planning for and key things? Because I'm thinking there'd be like, well, you just talked about the hotel. There's maybe if they want a swag bag or side events, or So what would be the sequence events, like kind of starting tonight as they listen to the podcast, they need to be thinking about?
Well,
You
first,
wanna start?
we're going to open up packages in about a week. So we're excited about that. There's a lot of logistics when you talk about taking an event somewhere where nobody lives close by. In Norman, Oklahoma, I was an hour and a half down the road from him, so it wasn't too bad. But now everything has to be flown in. There are no vehicles that drive to Hawaii, unfortunately. They haven't put in that interstate bridge. So, so the logistics of that, the logistics of getting signal over there, things like that you don't think about. But yeah, so in about a week, packages will go live, and they'll be up for about 2 months, and then we'll close, because unlike a lot of megas, we have to have a little bit more time because everything has to be taken out there with us. But as far as dates go, the main event is on the 12th. We have a fun little side event, and I know Chad will talk a little bit about some of our challenge, our academy hosts. But one of our academy hosts, Tim, is hosting a early event on the Monday before scuba diving event. So there'll be a little event before, and then those that want to go scuba can. So we thought that was fun, and then we'll start our main our series of events that Wednesday. So
Tim, boy, that name sounds familiar. Huh?
Merlin.
Oh,
his event
Merlin,
is at
that
6
Tim.
a.m. on Monday the 7th.
Yes.
And then the dive is following the event.
Sounds like a lot of
Fantastic.
fun.
Yeah.
So
I've
I
never
guess
been scuba
technically
diving.
that would be the first event of the week, but it's not an official CacheFest event.
Okay. But if you're there anyway, why not, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, the team will be there, and we're super excited. I wish I knew how to scuba, but
Yeah.
I'll put on a snorkel and some fins and swim around, I guess.
There you
And
go.
have them dive down, bring the cash up to you so you can sign it. And they can return it back.
Yeah, they'll be our tool of the trade.
Yeah,
That's it.
And then
exactly.
you've signed a scuba cache.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's all you need to do. Yeah.
We'll stay up top, D. I'll stay
That's
there with
right.
you.
there you go. You and I will have a Mai Tai in our hands and let them go get the caches.
And our noodle while we're floating in the middle of the ocean.
Exactly.
Okay. Works for me.
So you mentioned bringing stuff with you via airplane or cargo ship, I suppose. Are you bringing the Gadget Cache Academy with you?
So we'll have all 3 academies again
Oh.
this year. So the academies, Challenge Academy, Gadget Academy, and Puzzle Academy, have been a staple of CacheFest since we started. So they'll all be there. Now the Gadget may be a little simple, just because we don't want people flying back with the ammo cans and big things, and taking them there is hard. Our last event in Oklahoma, I flew with 12 suitcases. So,
Holy cow.
yeah, it's a lot of stuff to take for academies, but all the academies will be there. And the academies, if people haven't gone to a CacheFest before, we have Gadget Academy, which is hosted by me and Baker Six Clan, who's our other member of CacheFest. And then we have Challenge Academy, which is hosted by Tim or Merlin 1392.
Yeah.
And then Emily is his co-host. And then our Puzzle Academy is by Electric Waterboy, Tom, and then Charles, which is Pathfinder 33. They will actually kick off, Challenge Academy will kick off in May and June, actually their challenge for the CacheFest for you to complete. So you'll actually get a prize, which I think is a digital badge, if you attend or not.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Just for participating.
Yeah.
okay. So now we've talked about the Gadget Academy before, and actually Bounce, we want to have you back on in the future to talk about it more in detail. But what happens at a Puzzle Academy?
So at the Puzzle Academy, you actually get a packet. If you're a premium member, you get the packet included in your package. That will gives you puzzles for around the venue that week to complete. Otherwise, you can purchase them for, I think, for $5. But it gives you all the puzzles to figure out. And honestly, my Gadget Academy runs all day long, so I've never been to a Puzzle Academy. So I probably shouldn't be answering this. But you turn in your packet afterwards at the end of the day, and you get a digital prize with challenge, you complete all the challenges up to the event. You turn that in, and you get path tags. I think a set of 4 path tags. I think it is.
Up to.
Yeah.
I think it's 2. With Puzzle Academy, when you finish them, they lead to a adventure lab.
Mhm.
So there's 10 puzzles, and there's an adventure lab for each one. So if you complete the whole book, and when they do their actual academy, they'll walk you through how to solve them, so that when you leave, you understand how they put it together, what the thought process was behind it, and how to actually solve it.
Mhm.
So.
And they usually go live on their podcast. So all the hosts host their own podcast. So they go live as well for people who aren't able to attend the event, can also enjoy and chime in and see how the academy is going during the event.
You know, I don't know if we've mentioned the dates yet. What are the dates of this event?
So it starts July 9th when we start the events, which is Wednesday, and the main event is on the 12th on Saturday.
There you go.
There you go. That's a Saturday, July 12th.
Yes,
Okay.
12th. And then
By
we'll
the
have
way,
it go on the 13th.
I absolutely love the font. It's a Gilligan's Island font.
Yes.
Yeah.
Took me a while to find it. It's actually not a Hawaiian font. It's African.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
It's a sneaky tiki font.
that's right.
Font Club. That's a real look behind the curtain right there.
Yeah.
We love Font Club.
So
We did see where they filmed Gilligan's Island in Honolulu. We'll be near it,
Mm-hmm.
fun.
or
Oh, I'm
where
so
filmed
going.
the bay, where the boats are.
Yeah.
Taking a 3-hour tour.
I advise against the 3-hour boat tour. I'm saying right now.
Well,
Yeah.
we do have a 5-hour bike tour.
That's
Yeah.
completely different. That's fine.
Okay.
We do.
Stay on land the whole time.
There you go.
Yep.
Speaking of things to do, sometimes with these great events, there's some fun games associated with the event itself. Do you guys have anything planned for this one?
Yeah, we have 2 planned. We hide keys prior to the event. It's called the Vault. It has been a staple of CacheFest. Chad is the mad scientist genius behind it, and we actually have a vault that he built that's stuffed with all kinds of cards and coins and prizes and all kinds of stuff. And then keys are hidden all over the U.S. and also in Hawaii. And you stand there and you get in line with your key and you open until you see if the vault opens. Last year, we added a twist in that it took 2 keys to open it, and the 2 people that won it got to share all of the prizes. And then we also, for those that stay at the host hotel, do what we call the hotel safe. And it's very similar to the vault, except for that your key is automatic as long as you stay at the host hotel. So it's a way to thank those that stay at the host hotel. And we usually hold it in the lobby, and it's a lot of fun to watch people. But hiding keys, I'll let Ryan and Chad talk about that. Some of the fun things. I had a key on me at Woodstock last year, and decided to give it to Electric Waterboy's wife is Cheryl, and we'll get people that'll come up to us and ask us questions, but they always ignore her. So at Woodstock last year, I gave her the key. People were tackling Tom and tackling me. You got a key? You got a key? And we're like, no. And she is literally standing there in the exact same shirt I am, because that was the clue. And they're like, oh, okay. And they take off. And she's sitting there like, they didn't ask her. And finally, some kid walked up and said, do you have a key? And I said, no, I don't. And he looked at her and goes, well, do you have a key? And she goes, yes, I do. So hiding the keys is a lot of fun for us committee and the hosts of the academies to figure out ways to. Chad one time hid a key and sat in the lobby of the hotel and watched for, I think, about 30 minutes as they were just
The elevator.
trying to find it.
Like midnight. The hotel was open in the middle. It was, the rooms were around it and open all the way up. And we posted, so we have a Facebook page that we post the clues on. And as soon as we posted it, we heard doors opening and then people looking over the balcony down. And it was funny watching people come down to find it. And I also hid one in the last year in the water fountain.
Yep.
The first day we got, and it sat there for 4 days before someone found it.
Wow.
Yeah.
We release clues,
Right.
and some people it's like right away, and other times it's like it sits there and nobody. But it's a lot of fun. If you get to sit back and watch people go for it, it's entertainment for us hosts. At least we can't find the key and win the prize, but the prize sometimes is better just watching them
prize
go.
is hiding it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how many keys are there for this this vault?
50 keys. We'll do 50 keys this
Wow.
year. I think we're planning. Normally, we had the majority of them out before we actually usually start February 1st,
Mhm.
hiding keys throughout the United States. But since this one's in Hawaii, we're not going to get a lot of people attending. We're going to hide 25 throughout the U.S. and then we'll hide 25 over on the island the week of the event.
The week of.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay,
The vault's been a big hit for everybody on there. Part of one of the prizes, which I think you guys have seen, but is the gold brick.
Mm-hmm.
That is trackable. That has the event and stuff on the back. I don't want to put the thing on there, but this was my test one. But you know, we like to give away a lot of things. One of the other things is if you stay at the host hotel, you get a safe key. So
Now,
to one of the hotel safes.
Now, is this okay? So the safe key is different than a vault key.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
the safe key comes on a trackable keychain. You've got one, Chad. It looks like the old fashioned when you would stay at like a roadside motel.
they're kind of diamond shaped.
Yes.
Yep.
So we've done that every year and we change it up per the location. So even if your key for the hotel safe doesn't open the hotel safe, you still get a trackable tag. So that's kind of cool.
Okay, nice.
And it might open somebody's room at random. Who knows?
Yeah, that's right.
Never know.
So,
Just try all the doors.
just knock first.
No.
You
Geocache.
gotta know the secret now.
We don't want to see those pink pajamas.
That's
So
a
those
nice
are what they
surprise.
look like, the trackable tags. They have the host hotel and where they went. And then this is the one from Memphis the year before. And I didn't see the one from the year before that. So there'll be another one just like that. So every year, a lot of people try and collect these
Mhm.
every year that you stay there. So it's a different tag. So, you know, another collectible thing at events.
I love it. I love it. Now, where is this safe? Are these room safes, or is a safe somewhere in the hotel?
I have an aluminum one that I bring with me.
Okay, gotcha.
And we put it down in the lobby.
Mm-hmm.
People can give it a try. We set up a time on Friday night, I think it is, or
Saturday
Saturday
afternoon.
night.
Saturday night. After the event. Yep.
Line of people
Mm-hmm.
waiting for their chance to open it.
I remember that at the Halloween event in Bellevue you held. I have to say last year now. It doesn't seem that long ago, but that was the highlight. One of the highlights of the event. Not only all the rooms, but this getting to use your key there at the end was fantastic, and there were great prizes in there.
Yeah, usually we'd like to give away coins, gift cards, all kinds of stuff. I think the first year, I think it was almost about $1,000 in prizes.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Land Monkey, I think that gold bar is bigger than the one you got from Gold Country.
It looks slightly larger than the Gold Country one. Yeah, for sure.
It could be a trick of the camera.
It's the
Not-
exchange rate.
It's not an official size bar. I just made it to the size I wanted, and then I started looking up real sizes, and it's way too big. But anyways, that's pretty much it. So it's larger than a normal gold bar.
Well, that's a real shame.
Yeah.
Except if you have to carry a few of them on the airplane with you. Yeah. Good luck getting through the metal detectors.
TSA, they have fun. I usually transport all the coins with me, and they're in my carry-on. And
Mhm.
every time I get my luggage checked, because it's just a big blob, right? It's all coins, it's all metal. They can't see through it. So I've learned that when you transport coins, put them in clear bags, so you don't have to dump them all out.
Yep.
Right. That also helps at border crossings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't crossed the border yet for it with it.
Now your aluminum safe, how does that go through TSA? Is that
I check it.
okay? Okay. I'm gonna say you probably have to keep the keys in it so they can open it, right?
Yeah.
PSA
Yeah, no, I-
loves when Chad
it.
travels.
Yeah. As soon as Stephanie books the ticket, like the word goes out, okay, the champions are flying out this date. So we need to have an extra TSA agent just for them to check everything. So
Oh, you guys get the special line at the airport.
yeah.
You have the pre-check, and then you have the champion check.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Might as well just go there and pack because we literally show them everything we have with us.
Okay, now talking about stuff you're bringing with you, what swag packs are available for this event? Because people love those.
Mm-hmm.
So we have your basic, like your VIP package that includes, several coins. I don't want to give away too much yet. We do have a volcano coin that I'm super excited about. But I would say the package that most people get excited about is our Friends of coin. And that is basically this year it's going to be a tiki mask because we're in Hawaii, and you get to design what colors you want. So it's a little bit different. Last year, I think Chad's going to look for last year's coin. But so basically you get to design what colors you want, and that coin is individual to you. So our Friends of package is a sponsorship package. It's our lowest sponsorship package, but it comes with a coin that you get to design. It's $100, but then on top of that, we put your name on the back of the shirt and on a banner. But we offer at an extreme discount the ability to buy more of your coin. So he's showing you our feathers from last year.
The plastic, but everybody has their own custom colors.
Wow!
And every year we've done it, we have never had two the same.
Giant big of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, so no one's ever matched anything, I don't think, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
We've had some very close, but none of them have ever. So you get all the colors of the rainbow. We do have to charge extra if you use glow in the dark or glitter.
Right.
So, and
But
pearlescence is the other one.
And
Pearl, glitter, and glow in the dark.
This is the ones from CoinFest in Florida.
Yeah.
There's some of them, not all of them.
Look at all those baby turtles heading out to sea.
Yeah, it was cool. But so the cool aspect of it is we have an event just for the Friends of. We have a special time, and they all get together, and it became this phenomenon that we weren't expecting. We initially offered, hey, if you're interested, want to buy a couple of extra to give to a friend or whatever. Well, it became a trading thing because we offered the coins at not the $20 or $25 a coin. People were buying, some people bought 80 extra. I mean, it was crazy.
What?
Yes. And then we have this event and people are literally trading their coins so that like Chad there, you have a complete collection of everybody's coins. So we started it and it just took off, and the feathers, I mean, last year was so cool to watch everybody exchanging their feathers, and this year when we decided to, I can't wait. Like, it's one of those things where it's like we kind of budget in our budget. Well, I know I'm going to want to at least get an extra 20 or 25 because you want to trade with people. And so it's become this little phenomenon that we absolutely love of, who you can exchange your coin with. So I love it. That's probably one of my favorite things. We have great packages. The coins, Ryan kind of handles our coin ordering and help design, and Chad does some design work too. But man, working with those coins and being able to exchange them with people is probably one of the funnest parts about CacheFest.
Okay, Ryan, that brings a question to you. All these have to be designed and ordered and then delivered on time. How far ahead of time do you have to get these coins, spec'd out to be able to get them out in time?
Well, and that's like, I know they were talking about earlier. So designing coins, I love doing it just because you put something on paper and to see the metal come back, no matter how much you do, especially like, that's what I like about the Friends of coins. We were one of the first ones to actually do the individual. You can get your own afterwards. When do we do that? In CoinFest, wasn't it, D?
Yeah, in
Daytona Beach,
Florida.
So, yep, the turtle ones that Chad showed earlier. And like she said, it's a phenomenon just to see, because you put colors on a piece of paper, but when they come back in just the color, usually we try at least 6 to 8 weeks prior to the event to have them in hand. Luckily, Chad has big carry-on suitcases, so we're actually shipping them to Washington this year to go to Hawaii, because nobody on the team actually lives in Hawaii. Now we do have a couple people on ground who are working with us, because geocaching is a wonderful community, and no matter where you're at, you have a friend.
Yeah, that's
So-
true. That's true.
And we've already had people reach out to us, say, hey, if you need anything, let us know. And when Chad and Stephanie were over in Hawaii last week, they talked to a couple geocachers. The great part about geocachers, you never know what job they do.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wait,
we
they
sit
have
back
jobs?
and we let some of them do. I don't. Retirement's great. Every day is Saturday. But they we had some things that we needed, so they talked to people. Oh, I got access to that, so I own this equipment, so it makes it a lot easier. So we don't need to all carry everything across the
Mhm.
ocean, because there are no cars yet, and this is a very expensive trip. We know that.
Yeah.
That's why we're keeping the packages very light on coins, because we know how TSA is. I
Yeah.
think our VIP package this year has the least amount of coins we've ever had, but the quality and the design are amazing. We always do one coin that is, we stretch the limits. And I think, like Dee said, the volcano coin this year, I'm excited to see it again. Excited to see it turn out on paper, or on actual metal.
Are you going to lava it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
I love it.
It was right there.
I was gonna say Chad's
Oh.
up again. He's looking for something else.
I know. Chad's going through them.
You never know with Chad what he's trying to pull out. Some of us will come back with a lot of coins regardless, because we're planning on exchanging a lot of tiki masks. But yeah, we knew that the trip was going to be expensive, so we kind of, But I will say the
The
quality
tiki
of our
mask.
coins this year is fantastic.
And the tiki mask, just the design on that one, even if you got it with no color on it, I think it would still be an amazing coin.
Yeah.
From doing these friends of group projects like this, sometimes the best looking ones you would never think they'd be nice looking, and sometimes the ones that put no color on it at all and just get
Yeah.
a gold coin just looks amazing.
Did you get that tiki idol from the Brady Bunch?
That didn't work. That didn't
There
work.
you
Well.
go.
Well, I know when we did the turtles, my husband, I was like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "I want all green, shades of green." I go, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, it'll be perfect. I want it to look natural." Mine had pink and purple and teal, because that's who I am. I can't tell you how many people were like, "Does David have any more? Does David have any more?" I'm like, "Really?" So sometimes the ones you think you're like, "Oh, that's not going to be good," turn out to be the best, and that's what's cool about it, is to kind of get to see what they end up looking like. So, Chad, what's mine?
Oh, I was just going to add too. You don't have to attend to participate in Friends of. In fact, we have so many past CacheFest patrons who are really excited about these when we get the packages on sale and participating in the Friends of and buying those extra coins to trade. We're working on logistics right now, and we'll have it all ironed out when we get a little bit closer, just so that you can have that opportunity to trade and still participate without actually having to come to the event. And that's the same for the swag packages as well, which I know Chad wants to show something, but I'll just mention the shirts that Ryan and Dee have on are special CacheFest Hawaiian shirts. And those are actually going to be available for purchase in the packages as well. So, yeah.
I love a Hawaiian
Yeah.
shirt.
And I'll tell you, we were in Hawaii in the winter and we were dying of heat, and we were like, let's get some Hawaiian shirts. So those are going to be a lifesaver. I think I'm going to buy 5.
They're very light, and yeah, I may have to order an extra one.
Yeah.
They're great.
Well, you mentioned the geocaching community and how awesome they are, and we know they're awesome. A lot of things people like to do is volunteer to help. Do you need volunteers at the event? Do you need volunteers with special skills or any special assignments for volunteers at this?
We always need volunteers, and typically typically about a month before we'll release a volunteer list of shifts, and we're always pretty, streamlined of what it is we need and what it'll require. We won't have the parking that we normally have. Most people probably won't have a car. One of the things that we did learn from Chad and Stephanie was that the transit in Hawaii is actually pretty good. Mm-hmm. So we won't have to have somebody monitoring a VIP parking lot or a parking lot in general. So there won't be a whole lot of outside standing around on the event, but we always need people to help hand out packets, to assist in the academies. Brad and Jen Bish, B&J Bish, are awesome. Last year, they stepped in when we needed help with hosting. And I always like to say that sometimes our volunteers become our dearest friends. And Brad and Jen and I talk at least every other week about different things, whether it's just a quick message or whatever. And it all started at them volunteering at an event. Like, what can we do? How can we help? So we definitely need volunteers. We appreciate volunteers. And we always make sure our volunteers leave with a little extra bling as a thank you from the team for helping us out. So,
yeah, that's right.
Your way of saying mahalo.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So this year, if you guys want me to do a spoiler, this year our volunteer coin, because I do have a picture of it, is it's not popping up on my window. Here we go. Will look like you might have to share it there. Will look like that. So that will be our volunteer coin. So you have to volunteer to get that coin.
Yeah.
Nice. For those of you listening, it's a shaka sign. So the finger and the thumb out with sunset and a surfer behind it.
Hang loose.
Really cool. Hang loose.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm glad I'm a volunteer.
Yeah.
I gotta look for a spot to volunteer still. So.
I think I can find some people to put you in touch with.
Yeah.
Usually we also every year we rent out either we've done a museum our first year, our second year we did a riverboat.
Okay.
And then last year we did another museum that we rent out, and we rented out the whole museum just for CacheFest, and we actually do a murder mystery event through the museum. So we get actors in there that do acting, and you have to go and figure out puzzles from them. And it ends up being an adventure lab that you have to complete.
Yep. Another 10-stage adventure lab.
Yeah. So we're working on something for that here in Hawaii. It's a little bit harder to find places to host an event like that in Hawaii that is within a good distance. So we're trying to plan everything within walking distance, at least, of Hawaii, or what they call the Pink Line, which is like a $6 a day trolley that you can ride all day long. So we're working on something like that. But everything in Hawaii should be within walking distance of the hotel.
Wow. So is this murder mystery one of the events leading up to? Is it an official CacheFest event?
Yes.
It's usually the Friday night before the main event.
Wow. That's impressive.
Last year, it was a night at the museum themed one. And you went through, we were in the Natural History Museum on the campus at OU. And you had to walk through and you interacted with actors in order to answer the question. And then, you would get it through the adventure lab. And they are so much fun to watch people interact. We had cavemen. We had Easterhead Island. I mean, it was just, it was very, very cool.
Soldier, cowboy. So we copied Night at the Museum. I had an RC car with a big bone getting drugged through the museum, and the museum was fine with us dragging a bone through the museum. I thought that was fun, and it was a 4-foot bone, a humor bone, and it actually had a code word on it, so you had to catch it fast enough to get the code word.
And we had volunteer actors that did it. They volunteered their time. They dressed up. We had Teddy Roosevelt. We had, it was really cool. So yeah, we love our volunteers that step up to the plate and are willing to, wear a crazy outfit and, memorize lanes, because it's probably one of the most memorable parts of CacheFest. It's like when you get to walk through a natural history museum at 7:00 at night and encounter a caveman and a giant 4-foot bone that's just zooming out forth in front of you. Not very often.
That 4-foot bone is now a trackable as well, and out in the wild.
Everybody
gets a prize
that is made, and we auctioned them off at the main event.
Okay.
And I don't want to bring them back. What started is I made this 4-foot bone. I don't want to bring it back with me. Right. I made that tablet, the gold tablet.
Yeah.
And stuff. I don't want to bring them back with me. So I thought, well, we can just give them away and make them trackable. So I got trackable codes for them, but we started auctioning them, and there is lines and lines of people hoping to win. You know, it's a ticket pull auction, right? And it's amazing on how those go over. So now that's kind of become part of CacheFest, is auctioning off the props.
Nice.
Isn't that fun how, you know, just something kind of spur of the moment catches on and you do it year after year?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm hoping this year that we can get like Chad and Ryan in like hula skirts and coconut bras. Yeah. I know for sure that we can get Charles, Pathfinder 33 in one. But if we could get like, you know, Ryan, Chad, and maybe Tom in them, that would be fantastic.
So that's our fundraiser, is how much you want to pay to keep clothes on me.
I did not need that mental image.
Yeah, Lori was actually at the CacheFest last year.
Yeah,
yes, she was.
She says the
nice long trip.
So awesome to walk through.
It was really cool. That was a really cool museum.
And we have a special coin usually for that night.
Okay.
As well. So, but this year I don't think we're going to do a special coin for the museum night or whatever we're doing it at. We're looking at museums. We're still working with. We just got back literally early Monday morning, like 1 a.m. But we're still working with other places, museums and places to host things. We got pretty much everything set up, and we're also partnering with a couple different businesses there.
Okay. Now, if you need the coconut bras or you need the grass skirts, just go to an ABC store.
You're right.
They're on every corner and often before every corner.
Okay.
Blocks covered.
Worse than Starbucks. Yes. If you think Starbucks is bad in Seattle, it's worse than Starbucks.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
All blocks covered.
We stayed next to a mall that had one inside and then on every floor, or had one just outside and then on every floor inside. I'm like, how can all these stores be in business?
There's 14 steps in between them. So
yeah, that's right.
Crazy.
Oh, now I was in Honolulu last year. So when I go there, I say you've got to do the big 4 tourist attractions, right? Mm-hmm. Pearl Harbor, that's worth going to. Maybe you can rent out Pearl Harbor for the night and do a World War II themed.
Yeah. No, the federal government doesn't rent things now, fortunately.
Yeah.
We haven't looked into all that.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay. So maybe not Pearl Harbor. What about the Polynesian Cultural Center?
We're quite a few places.
Yeah, we're looking at it. We're definitely looking at doing something luau related.
Yeah.
But really, it goes back to the Polynesian Cultural Center is not within walking distance.
No, it's not. It's on the North Shore.
We're really trying hard to, you know, if you're there and you want to go geocaching for the day and rent a car for a day.
Yep.
Or Chad found this awesome partnership with 808 Adventures, and they rent e-bikes, which I didn't think I was gonna like, and it's the coolest thing I've ever done. So you could rent an e-bike and either do one of their tours or just rent an e-bike and go caching that way. So we're really looking at options for a luau type adventure outside of the Polynesian Cultural Center, but definitely something along those lines. That being said, I also learned there's a lot of free cultural things that are offered within walking distance of the hotel. So we're trying to get all of that information so we can post those times and have that available if that's something that you're not wanting to do.
A lot of the hotels will put on a free show.
Yeah.
And you just have to know when it is. And you can, we just happened across one. It's like, oh, they're doing a hula right there on the beach. Well, let's go watch. And it was fantastic.
I would say, though, I've been to the Polynesian Cultural Center and I highly recommend it if that's something that's interesting to you. Absolutely.
It is a full day.
It's a whole day. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a whole day. Yeah. You have to be ready for it.
Yep.
And we know that there's a lot of tourist things there. And for those who've been to CacheFest in the past, usually we're there for 8+ hours. We know that people want to get out and do geocaching things. So this year it's only 4 hours, D?
Correct. 4 hours.
So it's It's the minimum for a mega event. It's a 4-hour
Oh.
We're gonna have you in a hotel ballroom for 4 hours, and then you can go out anytime and get geocache.
We're going to pack those 4 hours with
Oh,
as
yes.
much as we can with 3 academies. We've got vendors. When we started it, people were like, there's no way you're going to get vendors. We've had more vendors go, can I come? Can I come? Can I come? Like, yeah, totally. Come on out. So, but yeah, we are going to shorten it because we do recognize that you're in Hawaii.
Yeah.
You know, and Hawaii is a little different than Memphis, Tennessee, or Norman, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So we want to give people the option to do things out there. But definitely, I mean, I will for sure make sure that I go to Pearl Harbor. I mean, that's
Oh yes.
a wife of an ex-Navy. I have to be there. So
let me tell you, you have to make reservations
yes,
ahead of time.
Yeah.
That, you can't just, let's go out there today.
No.
You have to make reservations. And the bus tour is actually quite nice.
Oh,
Mhm.
good to note.
Yeah.
So that was one thing I was going to mention. All these places, actually, if you book it, a lot of them will offer transportation from your hotel
Yes.
to Pearl Harbor or the Dole Plantation, or over to the
Mhm.
Jurassic Park experience,
Mhm.
all those places. So that was one thing we're trying to do as well, because renting a car, and then you have to pay per night to store your car or to park your car.
Park your car is huge.
So
When we were there, our hotel was charging $60 a night to park.
So
And-
we did negotiate $25 a night.
Okay.
and
So
it's
we definitely got a lower rate, but it's still $25 a night on top of renting it. So
Just
yeah.
to leave your car sitting in one spot.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what we did is we Ubered around all day,
Mm-hmm.
never spent anywhere close to the $60
Exactly.
we would have to park the car. And then we did rent a car one day and went up to the North Shore.
Yeah.
So that's, when we saw the Dole Plantation. If you're going to the North Shore, you got to hit Matsumoto Shave Ice. Other than that, yeah, you trust me. This
I will add that to my list because I was going to put a list out of like, while you're there, make sure you hit this. So I will add that.
Vanilla ice cream in the middle?
Hmm?
Did it have vanilla ice cream in the middle?
Yes.
Yeah.
And red
Must
bean
have.
cake.
That's the only real Hawaiian shave ice, they say, is
Yes.
the one with the vanilla ice cream in the middle.
Okay. And they make their own vanilla ice cream.
Mm-hmm. That's
Oh
awesome.
gosh, I'm in.
Yeah.
That sounds
The hotel across the street from the host hotel also has a car rental place in it. You can rent cars for the day
Right.
too. So that's convenient. You don't have to go back to the airport or anything like that.
Yep. Yeah, the airport's about 6 miles away, and sometimes it takes 20 minutes to get there, and sometimes it takes an hour. So just like Seattle traffic.
Or Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, for 6 miles.
Yeah, exactly. So you mentioned the Dole Plantation, Chris. We that's on our list of discussions as far as whether or not we'll have an event there. There's a chance we won't, only because it's so far, but we
It is
are
quite
trying
far,
to
yeah.
organize maybe an offsite event for anyone who does want to go out and hit that power trail with a big group of people, because there's nothing more fun than doing a power trail with Team CacheFest. So that is
Nice.
something that we have on our list.
Yeah. In case you didn't know, there's a power trail around the Dole Plantation.
Yeah.
I saw it, but I was there with my family. I was like, I just can't do it also. Okay. The other one that's an easier drive is Diamond Head. Our Uber driver had no problem. He knew exactly where to go. Dropped us off right there. Yes. Go ahead, Ryan.
Well, no, I was pointing to Chad.
Oh,
It's the picture. Well, and it's also the picture behind me.
yeah, there you go.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
The climb is not all that bad. When we were there, it was in summer and it was hot, right? It just twists and turn all around the mountain. And there's some areas where there's just no wind moving, no air moving, and it gets really quite hot and stuffy. And then you come out around a corner, you're like, oh, I like this nice breeze.
Exactly.
So, the view from the top is fantastic.
So
Absolutely.
you can do the e-bike tour we mentioned earlier.
Mhm.
Either for people attending CacheFest, if you book it and you use the code CacheFest, you actually get a discount for the tours and a discount for
man.
if you just want to rent the e-bike for the day and just go
Mhm.
do your own thing, you
Mhm.
get a discount for that.
Cool.
But if you do the tour, it's a 5-hour tour. There's 3 different tours. You can go to the falls, you can go to Diamond Head and around Diamond Head, and these are defined caches. These are geocaching e-bike tours.
Oh, wow.
So,
Okay.
and then there's a tour, and there's a bike tour and a hike up Diamond Head. So you have 3
Mhm.
different options. They're working on more, but you will be finding geocaches as well as getting a history of Hawaii. And the cool thing about it is you wear these helmets that have microphones and speakers in them, and you can talk to everybody. The tour guide will talk to you about everything when you're driving around. It's actually pretty cool. I didn't realize they would be so handy, but something I don't think I would ever booked on my own.
Mm-mm.
But after doing that, that was one of the funnest things I've done there. Yeah,
Is the e-bikes replacing kind of the Segway tours of the city?
probably. Yeah. And
I think so.
They are.
yeah, the cool thing about the e-bikes is you didn't have to pedal. It's
Right.
all there's
Yeah.
enough battery all day long just to
That's my kind of bike tour.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Is there a place to hold my drink?
Mhm.
Yes, there is.
Yes,
There-
there
I'm
is.
in. I'm in. Let's go.
I bet the cup holder is big enough to hold a coconut, so you'll be fine.
Let's do it.
Okay, so when you said an e-bike tour, I was thinking these were self-guided tours. You know, here's our list of locations, but then you mentioned the helmets with microphones and
Mhm.
speakers. I'm like, no, that's a guided tour.
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive. And
Yeah, it was
geocaching involved.
really cool. It's like a private tour of the island. I think that they try to keep it to about groups of 6 or so.
Mhm.
So you're in a fairly small group, and you just kind of leisurely ride along and go to different stops, get caches, and then it's a gorgeous ride, even if you weren't caching. But it's also, stops along the way, so you can take a break, take pictures, and then you've got a guide
the
that's there to
fish.
answer all your questions.
We fed the fish at one area.
Yeah.
There's a tree climb cache,
Hmm.
Hmm.
that one, and then they take you over to all these different beaches and history of Hawaii areas. They're looking at adding more caches to the tour, and also if you do the tour itself, we're working with them on getting them their own coin.
Okay.
Nice.
Wow.
So, and the cool thing is if you're with your family, it's still doing cool like touristy stuff, and then you
Yeah.
get to grab a smiley here and grab a smiley there, and so you can kind of bring your
'Cause
muggle spouse.
I don't know any snuggle muggle that won't travel to Hawaii with their cat.
Right?
Yeah,
So-
you go do your caching thing. I'm fine over here by the pool or the ocean, or
By the ocean. My cabana boy.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's where my wife will probably be.
Nice. Well, guys, I really wish I could make it to this year. Now I feel bad that I totally misplanned my vacation and went there last year, and not this year. So, I'm excited for this. I can tell by the chat we've got other people excited as well. So this is going to be a fantastic event. So thank you for coming on and talking to us. If there's ever anything you want to announce, let us know. You can come on, make a quick announcement during a show to let people know what's going on.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We
Yes.
hope to see a lot of cachers in Hawaii,
Mhm.
and we'll post pictures for you to look at.
And while you're there, hang loose.
Yes, sir.
Folks, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Caching in the Northwest.
Yes, indeed. We want to take a moment to thank our Denali level sponsors, it's Land Sharks, Cashly, and Tourism Valemount. So thank you to them. Landsharks.ca is the outdoor adventure and geocaching store. Check them out online. They ship online orders daily. Cashly is the geocaching premier app for iOS. And whether you're seeking outdoor thrills or a peaceful retreat, Valemount awaits you. I'd like to thank all the faithful Denali level supporters. That's Landsharks, Cashly, Tourism Valemount, Cool Cow Cachers, and Hawaiian Miley.
Oh,
If you want to know more about supporting the show, click the Patreon link. It's on the CachingNW.com website. And let's run through our patrons. We'd like to thank Just Carlo.
Jaffa.
That's just finding our way if you didn't join us a few weeks ago. Keats94,
Korsgat.
Peach of Washington.
Alan, we need your caching name.
Yeah. Railroad,
Sprouter.
GeoBirder,
Subway Mark.
You Talks to Rocks,
Ackerdoc.
Genies,
You, Dak.
B Pendragon,
Butterfly Girl,
Lost Ken,
Trexer,
Northwest Cats,
Gas Station Tuna,
Mountain Bike,
Dora Moore,
Skyhawker,
Green Words,
CRS 98,
Kid Vegas 19,
BC Rock Crawler,
GeoNav Pro,
GSM times 2,
and Teus.
Seabeck Tribe, we saw you in the
And
chat,
Camp Clan, who's also in the chat,
M-Nerf,
Flagman,
Team Noltex,
J Car,
LG 9000,
Whidbey Island Gal,
Geocaches,
Boomer 365,
Katie Quest,
The Terrible Tees,
Wet Coaster,
Limax.
and Log Work. Ooh,
Oh,
Ring
that
the
was
bell.
a nicely timed chime.
I thought that. All right. I don't know if we mentioned it, but if listeners want to know more information about this upcoming Hawaiian event or get in touch with any of you fine folks, what's the best way to do that?
CacheFest.com is the webpage.
Facebook.
And Facebook, we've got CacheFest Hawaii. Hop on there. We interact on that page as often as we can. Send messages and we'll answer them. And we post anything that we're doing, like being on a podcast on there. And we post the link tonight so that folks would join us. So yeah, that's the best way to reach us. Is either Facebook or you can send a message through CacheFest.com.
All right.
Especially in the next couple of weeks, there's gonna be a lot of information coming out after
Lots of info.
after the trip.
Oh, it sounds amazing. I've already been to Hawaii this lifetime, so I won't be able to make it ever again. But you guys have a great time.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate your support.
And folks, we thank you for taking this time to listen to this episode of Caching in the Northwest. Your support helps keep the quality shows coming. So if you like the show, please click the Patreon link on the cachingandw.com website. Better yet, share your ideas for things we can talk about. If you like the vibe, please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and give us a review. If you were in a restaurant, you would tip. If you were in a live audience, you would clap. But since you're on a podcast, leave us a free, fast, fabulous, fantastic 5-star review. And of course, you can call into 253-693-TFTC and leave us a comment, ask us a question, or join us for a game of hopscotch, maybe without the hop, any time of the day or night. And of course, you can email us at feedback@cachingandw.com. Join us every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific for a live show and chat. This show is produced by Chris Umfenauer, Jim Paulwitz, Jay Kennedy, and Brian Lang. It's licensed under Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license, copyright 2025 by Chris Umfenauer. Folks, I ask you to stay tuned for
The after show.
very quiet after show. I don't know why it's so quiet.
I don't know.
Heather said that her husband said that maybe they could go to the event. But now our big move from Beaverton to Everett will be happening this summer, so she will be very busy.
Moving's expensive. I'm still recovering from my move 2.5 years ago. So,
And you know
You
what?
let him move.
Oh, there you go.
Let him move and you take the vacation.
That could be the best help. You see, you stay completely out of his way and let him do his work.
Yeah, he can do it his way and in his timing, no nagging. It'll be perfect.
you'll find stuff in boxes 10 years later that you didn't know where it got packed.
Half my stuff would be gone in the thrift store.
Oh, let's
I'll
see.
come pick it up.
There you go. I think we only had 2 FATASs. First one, is there any swag packs for Mingo Madness 25? Now, who on this show would know anything about Mingo Madness 25?
I don't know.
Huh.
Actually, I was just on the phone with my IT guy earlier this afternoon. We are not doing packages.
Okay.
We are going to do all a la carte.
Oh,
So it's going to be like a concert. You can order early. The store should be up. I haven't checked my email. The store should be up here very soon. Definitely by the end of the weekend. And we're going to have coins, path tags, t-shirts, and all that on there. But it's going to be all a la carte.
How about a la mode?
Hey,
That sounds good too.
I'm good with it.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
But yes, this should be up this weekend. I will be sending out a message on the cache page this week.
Wet Coaster says he's starting working on a new project today, the Surrey Langley SkyTrain.
Hmm.
And I
Very
believe
cool.
he's a engineer, but
Okay.
not the type of engineer you're thinking for a SkyTrain.
By the way,
Fun.
3 Hymns in a Row says he prefers a la carte for events. So thank you.
You know,
We're
that is-
trying something different.
yeah, that's a really good idea because, you know, maybe you don't, I know there are some people who say, I don't need more coins, but I want the shirt and I
Who
want,
the heck is that?
Who says that?
there are people, okay. Maybe somebody on this podcast says I have too many coins, but you know, then there could be
You never
others
have
that
too
say,
many.
I only want coins and I want a lot of coins.
So I don't know if you guys know this, but while I was at Geo Woodstock in Flagstaff, a tornado ripped through my house.
Oh,
And in my house, they just officially finished tearing it down this week. Okay. Our very best friends were here and they went into my house. My daughter went in that night. My grandson was in the house. He's fine. She grabbed my dog's ashes and my important papers. Okay. My best friends came in the very next day. And do you know the very first thing that they looked for? Pass tags and coins, because they knew that what was most precious to David. So they still have in their garage all 700 plus of his coins and 1,000 plus of his pass tags.
Wow.
Because in their words, well, those were his treasures. Those were what he would have carried. Like, I'm gathering phone book or photo albums and important papers. My husband, he's grabbing his geo coins and his pass tags and running out the door. So I don't understand a world where coins are not important, because I am married to, besides Ryan, probably one of the guys with the most coins. I think it probably goes Jim Hoffman, Ryan, and then my husband. So
I could name a couple others, but yeah,
yeah.
well, Kitty Quest shares our sentiment. We're sorry
Yeah.
you had to go through that, D.
Yeah.
New house coming.
There you go.
before Mingo.
All right.
Oh, that quickly.
Couple of weeks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like Stephanie finally got eaten by that huge animal.
Probably. They're hungry.
I know I'm far from a travel expert, but because I have been there, and if you're looking for places down in Honolulu, there is Iolani Palace, which we really enjoyed.
Mm,
The
mhm.
residence of the rulers of
Yeah.
the kingdom before. That was under the Kamehameha dynasty.
There
With
may
the-
be adventure labs around that palace.
Okay, yeah, Queen Liliuokalani, and there's the Kawaiahao Church. It's a congregational church built entirely out of coral.
Mhm.
They call it the Hawaii's Westminster Abbey. So I mean, you're going to get up Sunday after CacheFest and go to church anyway. Check it out. We did. It's a great place.
Cool.
They have
Yeah.
church on the beach there on Sunday.
There, yeah, I lost my camera, but yes,
Also
there's
good.
church on the beach. So it's pretty cool.
Oh,
Ryan-
Stephanie, you're still alive.
everywhere.
We thought
I'm
you got
still
eaten.
here. Yeah, they just
Ryan,
killed
what do
my
you think? I mean, it'll be the best view we've ever had at church, I think.
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I personally, Chad
Jesus
and
is
Preston and I
everywhere.
were in-
So
yeah, Preston and Chad and I were in the water, and I listened to the service while I treaded water.
Nice.
So
I
it's that
love
close.
it.
It was pretty cool.
I love it.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
10 o'clock on Sunday.
I'm
Nice.
down. Let's do it.
All righty, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. Wow, we've gone long on this one, but this is so much good stuff to talk about. So until next week, get out and get caching in the Northwest.